Spider rides from your kiddie park times. They had moving conveyor belt sidewalks. You hardly even had to walk. You could just subsist in your newly inherited civilization with gigantic doors and books. Hold your black paper umbrellas imported from China. Glide alongside Lake Michigan. A symbol of liberty stood just up and to your left. Statue of the Republic. There was no Columbian Exposition. Tartaria is us. Tartaria was a sepia-toned, Tesla Tower and pneumatic-powered version of the 2020s. Take away your transatlantic vests and tights. Apocalypse Now with neon lights. In the pastel suburbs of Florida. Would I kill? Perhaps the purveyor of the World's Fair, well, but not for a vegetable lamb of Tartary or a magic trick played on his story. Would I spill blood on an altar of glowwave glass bricks? The griffin cries out with retributive Vajra talons to purge another culture of its sodium lamplit vampiric nightlife and day life. White throne thunderbolts, Medusa or Med USA, with all of her wise serpents, precipitated the fall of antediluvian and post-diluvian tribalism. I know of ancient evils and the tested realities of mythology, but what happened in the 1890s mystifies me. Like a churchy but slightly out of tune organ reverberating in Salt Lake. Spiritual but simultaneously profane. It echoes with the spiraling delay of an out-of-focus ghost resonating eternally in ecclesiastical ectoplasm. Casting distorted images of Coney Island mirror mazes, grease paint ghosts, roller skates and wooden spinning barrels, terror carnival by the sea, analogous to Night Tide or Daughtry's mod generation, under the boardwalk, down by the sea, Lovecraftian leviathans lurk, like specters' monolithic mollusk tentacles. They slink and slime into your innocent heart minds, breed AI ills in your red iron rivers, to hereditarily strike the god from you. Grisly retro-futuristic phantasms, dark obsidian glass, a dancing carnival of trapped transhumanist souls, secretly concealed behind the stronghold of caduceus serpentine and liquid crystalline. To write about the world burning, or even to paint it, would be... I have no words. Cockcrow 21st century mirrors the fall of Rome. Tiberius enjoyed a little boy. Let Rome melt like bloody orange lava running into Hades. To write about the world burning would be akin to Brian Wilson recording the fire tapes in Hollywood on Vine. The reptiles live nearby under Sunset Boulevard, in Xanadu with Cain and the silver cog elves. Kubla Khan's stately pleasure. We live under a dome, I decree. To write about the world burning would be psychological and spiritual terror for an artist. Empaths with skeleton keys to dimensions beyond the fake prop flesh. Call the Beverly Hills Fire Department, Brian exclaimed. In '66, the vibes were dank. I think the American Gothic elements became so deep and spiritual, maybe even so holy. BDW had a vision of the last great reset, which at that time of the recording of this particular music, it would have been less than a century in its past. I believe the immediate psychoactive induced awareness of these devastating historical facts resulted in sympathetic shock, ASD, regarding the reality of mankind's seemingly predestined and doomed fate. This is very likely what inspired then eventually ruined Van Dyke Parks in his American Gothic trip. 55 years later, and the Joneses are begging for Western ruin. A commie colonial culling. But there's no columns left for them to kick. They have become mega farms and metapixels. Presently, one can toss back the once harsh dose of a jeweled and technologically superior past with a simple viewing of Ghostbusters 2 and or Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze.